if you consider that the enslaved people who worshiped here in Taveau, literally, some of them came to faith in Christ for the first time here in America. And that faith has been passed down by enslaved people down to the generation that we have now. There are songs that we sing in our church that some of those songs were sung way back yonder. And one of the things I always say is that, you know, I've been to a lot of churches in my lifetime. And when I go to white churches, we sing, "We crown him with many crowns," because that's their perspective of Christ. We sing, "Precious Lord, take my hand," because we are worshiping out of our struggles. And that is unique about the African American. Not that struggle is unique to African American, but in the United States, if you came here as a slave, not if, the vast majority of came in during that time, came here as a slave, how difficult it must have been to come to faith in a God you, for the first time hearing about, and you were in slavery.
This is Mepkin Abbey, and this spot is a powerful spot where 300 enslaved people lived, worked, and died. So, you know, we're beginning the preservation of Taveau Church. That was the Methodist church for the enslaved people of Mepkin Plantation and the surrounding area. So it's so meaningful for us today that we can partner with the African Americans to preserve the church and make it alive again with worship, and to honor all the slaves who worshiped in that church.
The church is worthy of being preserved based on its architecture alone, okay? But we, as Black Americans, want to preserve this church because it is the place of our faith. It is the place we came after a long week of work and hard, and I say a long week. It could have been 7.5 days, 6.5 days before you could go to church. But you came to a place where you worship with your kind. You may not have seen your family members for a week, but you came to church to worship here. And that being able, just that little bit of time, in that faith place, we found the solace we need to go back and do what we needed to do and survive as a people. And it is God's faithfulness to us that we are thankful that we're here and being able to restore and preserve this church and return it to useful in the community. Because again, we don't need another plaque where we actually need an active entity, something that's active in the community, that our community can use, our community partners can use, and it speaks the testimony of the Black Americans who preserved it to this time.